she says that she'll be around. Cyril knows how to find me. She kind of dips out of the tavern and off into the town.
This Jocelyn has a very deep, manly voice, doesn't she? It's almost like she doesn't try to be feminine at all.
She's tough. At this point in the work week, no, she does not.
At this point in the work week.
Tuxedo Ken!
Well, we return to the adventuring party, having navigated and fought their way out after encountering a young black dragon, the queen of the Undermountain. Your pack's laden with treasure and a sack full of trophies for bounty that is quite rank at this point. You guys are now in the forest, and the cool air coming off the mountains only highlights exactly how rank the party is. Troglodyte goo on people, acid remnants dripping off of Talgar's armor, and Kalbren, I'm sure you caught quite a bit of that too. The party, having been through this kind of ordeal, not knowing what they were walking into, has definitely had a bonding experience, and you are headed back towards Blassingdale. You have paused for a night's rest. You're about a day away from the town, and that is where we will begin this session.
Side question.
Oh, could you believe that? That's fresh air. It's very nice.
Just a quick side question. How much would Vinny know about the need for tanning or the process of tanning?
The technology area you're in, you would know, the basic concepts of it. You would have, at least been to a tannery before, I'm sure.
Okay. Just want to make sure I wasn't dumb and let this thing kind of decay and not do something.
The skin from the dragon?
Yep.
Yeah, you stretch it out and get all the fat bits and whatnot off it.
Oh yeah, no. If I can do anything to tan it so that I don't have to get rid of it right off the bat, I'll definitely do that.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely in hide form at the moment. You would probably need to stretch it out and treat it for a couple days.
Gotcha.
But your care of it at this point, with your knowledge, it's not going to spoil necessarily.
Good. Also, and sorry, one other thing that I was thinking of, since I know comprehend languages, I'll take one of the stops to cast comprehend languages and read that partial journal. See if I can figure out what it's about. I know it's in Dwarven, but I didn't know what the half-written book was about.
Dwarven half-written book. From where in the cave?
The Dwarven bedroom, the pristine bedroom that was untouched by the battles that was ravaged outside.
Gotcha. So throwback to remembering what it was. Basically, it's a journal, kind of a diary. Appears that he went down there treasure seeking, having found references to a cave that held energized quartz. He set off to do that. He made a little homestead and had been mining until he discovered a larger passageway. Unfortunately, it was inhabited by strange pale spiders, and having succumbed to one of the bites, he fell ill and slowly waned away, and that's basically the last entries is him being sick.
Poor thing. Okay, thank you.
I do have another question. I'm sorry I didn't do this in between sessions.
Oh, you're fine, man.
I took the second level spell Augury, which is it's a ritual spell, and it requires components. Okay. It gives a couple examples, but then it ends with some other divining tool. Got to be worth at least 25 gold points. how do you want to do? Is that something that I can buy? I could reasonably expect to buy? Is that something that we just write it into my person, or what's the deal?
Let me just look at the spell real quick. Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, usually if it has a gold value, you have to buy it.
That's fine. I'm fine with expending the gold. Yeah, I just.
Oh, here we go.
Where do you get divining supplies? You know what I mean? Where do you find the Druid's divining tool?
So yeah, basically, it just needs to be something like you need to come up with this ritual, and it'll cost you basically 25 gold or finding components that are worth something to be able to actually cast the ritual. So you can make it what you want if you want to, because this is your spell, you're a druid, kind of whatever you want it to be, and depending on what the items you want to do. If you want to do dragon bone, like special runes that you carved into dragon bone and lay them in a circle type situation, then we'll just have you buy 25 gold worth of dragon bone.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about leaning into the like kind of like reading the stars, if you will.
Okay.
And I was thinking like if we could find in town, I'm gonna look for like another crystal to add to like that crystal bracelet that I have that kind of shimmers with the moonlight,
Yeah, you could do like
that.
25 gold pieces worth of like ground quartz or diamond or something, and
Okay, cool.
you sprinkle it and it catches the light and stuff. That's we can run it that way if you want.
Easy peasy, thank you.
Is it consumed on use, or is it just something you have on hand every cast?
Just gotta have it.
Okay, that's good.
You might not want to pick diamond dust then, because it'd probably be hard to pick up.
Yeah.
Let me put out my spell mat, guys.
I need to get my sand.
Yeah. Help me pick it all up.
Well, the good thing is, and sorry, the last thing before we continue is,
we're in no hurry.
If it's mundane items like sand or rose petal, you could just buy a generic component pouch that technically has this stuff that you can pull out.
Or an arcane focus.
Yep.
Replaces those.
Yeah.
Did we want to actually take a moment and talk about what we did with our level up?
That's completely up to you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'll start it off. So, of course, I get the proficiency bump, which makes my passive skills much better or worse, depending on whose point of view you're looking at.
That's a funny way to say absurd.
Absurd. Yeah. But, I got third level spells, of course. And the big one that I took was Dispel Magic. So I've got Dispel Magic now.
Nice.
And Druids don't get Counterspell, right? That's arcane?
It wasn't an option for me, no.
Yep.
I did take Counterspell. That was a big one that I took. And fitting with the Force Push and all that sort of stuff, I took Pulse Wave, which is a 30-foot cone, just like shove stuff back 15 feet. Constitution save. Obviously, my DC also went up as well, which is awesome.
Oh, yeah, mine did too. So maybe one of these days I got to get a spike growth so you can start moving people along the spiky spike.
Excellent, Smithers.
Yeah. What about you, Kalbren?
Not much for me. Swapped out one of my level 1 spells, so I've got Ensnaring Strike now, which will be a strength DC.
You don't have to reveal your character stuff if you don't want to either. It's an optional thing.
No, yeah, I'm fine. I mean, it's useful for people to know, I guess. And then I also took Silence as a second level ranger spell that may come in handy. I think that's about all I actually got.
Did you get to attack twice now, or do you get second attack? Do. Okay, nice.
I have second attack. Yep.
Just made that first opening salvo extra shitty.
So long as I don't miss.
Well,
But with the proficiency bonus, I'm up to a +9 to hit. So here's hoping.
Yeah,
I've also got Mindleak.
Yeah, I can hit twice now. And I can teleport.
Oh, that's useful.
Did you get Missy Step?
I did.
Now, did you pick that up, or did you get that because of Oath of Vengeance?
It just came. It's one of the ones that are always prepared no matter what.
Beautiful.
I got that and Hold Person.
I like it.
DC
Vinny?
now? Real quick.
Huh?
Yeah. What Mindleak? What's your DC spell DC?
Is that the thing that says save DC?
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
13.
Yeah, mine. I'm one level behind technically because I took a dip in cleric, but that gives me greater range of spells. With the spell DC of 14 for my bard spells and 13 for cleric. But I was able to bump up my abilities, and I have the second highest passive perception of 18. So I'm keeping an eye out too.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not perceptive as shit.
What I'm hearing as a
16 was
DM
good.
is
I just walk around
don't,
with my eyes closed.
just don't hide anything.
Well, no, you can do it creatively.
try.
I like being of value, you know.
All right, sweet. So we're in forest, or we're in bushland, or we in like an open
In
place?
the
the
forest
outback.
on the foothills that butt up against the spine of the world mountains. So it's a forested area.
Gentlemen, how long, Karl? How long do you think it will take to make our way back?
I believe we were much more than a day out of Blastingdale. Weather looks like it'll be good.
That shouldn't take us too long to get there. I'm feeling quite fresh. I think we should just go. I mean, we stink. Especially you, Talgar. You're terrible.
Well, it's nighttime, so we would be cycling a long rest here.
Oh.
I think we did that before we ended last time.
I couldn't remember, so I just assumed we'd start with one, especially if we had a week to think about what spells we prepared and whatnot.
And do we get
I do believe
berries, or should we use rations?
I think I would have. Let's
If you had
say
the
we
spell
had
slot.
berries.
Okay.
I'm fairly certain I had the spell slot. I definitely wasn't tapped out. So
I'm
I
not
would
worried
say
about
yes.
one set of rations.
yes, I definitely would have had the spell slot because I already cycled my long rest. But yeah, like I said, I was hardly using spells in the dragon fight, and that was shortly before we had not had a rest much before that.
Okay.
So what are you fellas thinking after Blastingdale? We gotta go get our bounty for these guys and shake the bag of hands.
Slosh.
Just one thing, push, 1 foot in front of the other. We would just wait until we get to Blastingdale, take care of our business, and once we figure out what's going on after that, we go. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
Yes, I would be interested to see if there's any more work to find more of these dwarven relics, per se. Hopefully they seem to maybe catch quite the coin, so we shall see.
And they seem pretty effective there. Looking at Talgar, your sword.
And his shield is very shiny.
Yeah, I'm a little decked out.
Yes, we should make sure that the sword and the shield they get hidden. And Karl, I don't think you necessarily need the great axe.
No, I just simply was going to carry it. Too heavy a weapon for my tastes.
Very well. We shall keep this one, the other two, hidden when we make it to Blastingdale.
Actually, it's a not very sneaky weapon, that great axe.
So, just a question, and I think I know the answer, but are we planning on kind of sticking together as a group, or are we going our separate ways? What's going on?
Well, you never know what's going to come. I mean, this might be the end of the journey. You never know. But I say we just go to town before we make any conclusions. We don't know what's going to await us in that town.
We just went to town.
We don't know how this Baron is going to react to potentially not getting a sword, not getting a shield. That our plans may not work out.
Shield wasn't
the town
the
might
builders.
be different. The town might be different.
Yeah, Shield wasn't the builders. Also, we know the location of where the builder's tomb is, so that alone should help satisfy him.
Actually, you are making a lot of presumptions.
Right?
You're guessing a lot, and that is very dangerous.
That's why I'm with you guys.
I think that the goblin may have a point. We have things in our favor that might carry us forward. So we shall wait and see. Keep the sword and shield hidden and present the great axe. Which, I mean, it is better than coming up with nothing.
No, but just to clarify, the shield didn't have the mark of the builder, did it?
Oh, that's
I don't think
correct.
so.
Just the sword.
Just the weapons. Yep.
The sword and the great axe, I believe.
Yep.
We shall just keep the sword securely tucked away. Maybe this would be an ideal time to maybe get a bag of holding, potentially.
That's why I asked if we were sticking together, because that would be worth kind of a party holder.
Well, as Tyee said, maybe we should not jump to the conclusions, and we will see how the Blessing Dale presents itself.
Blasingdale didn't strike me as a particularly large town, so they may not even have a bag of holding if we would like to buy one. Might need to make for another larger town.
This would make sense. We shall wait and see.
Which, tonight when we go to sleep, it's very important we keep an eye out, because I'm sure a lot of things out there will want what we've got.
This is a fair assumption.
Always keeping an eye out.
I think we're ready to
Okay.
be camped and take watch.
I'll take the first watch.
I'll take second.
And being an elf, I only need, if there's a way to assist on the second two watches, I could, because I just need 4 hours.
Well, that's why you're good at the third watch, I think.
Sure, I'll take that.
Talgar, I shall assist with the second watch.
Okay. So, I guess give me 2 d20 rolls. Just straight d20 rolls.
Oh, all right.
One from each of the people on watch.
I'll do mine for
12.
11.
You said 2. Are there 2? Oh, are there only 2 watches, or are there 3?
Well, he just asked for 2, so.
It's whatever y'all want. Either way,
Run
y'all
with
make it through the evening with no interruptions and no issues. When you awake as the sun begins to climb and spill light into the forest here, you are well rested.
And I will very carefully pack up Kai Tasmir, make sure he or she is safe.
Okay. Oh, is that the egg?
Yep, that's my little egg.
Okay.
Oh, you've named it?
Kai, Karl and Tyee, Tasmir, Talgar and Vesmir. So
I love it.
Your weirdness never ceases to amaze me, Vinny.
well, thank you. Hey.
But is it really that weird for a goblin?
Yeah, goblins are feral creatures. I'm ashamed of them.
I'm just gonna give Karl a blank look.
I've not known other goblins other than those who attempted to do us harm, so this is all new to me.
Yeah. I hope to change that one day.
Sure.
Well, to town.
All right. So as you pack up and head towards Blastingdale, the day passes without much interruption. The birds are chirping, the wildlife's around. It is a gorgeous day. It is summer, but there's a cool air blowing off of the mountains as you kind of continue marching towards Blastingdale. You start to run into some farmlands on the edge of the forest as you approach Blastingdale, and then off in the distance you see what looks to be a young girl with short hair. She kind of has a rough, sunburned look about her. Kind of watching you. She's puffing on a pipe. She's wearing kind of dirty common clothes with knee-high boots. If you had to guess, she was probably 14, 15 years old.
Dash, good morning, young lady. How are you?
She kind of looks at the party as they approach, puffs a couple more times on her pipe, turns, and begins to run towards Blessingdale.
Oh, so that can't be good. Where are you going? This can't be good.
Well-
This can't be good, right?
He's a friendly orc, and I point to Talgar.
Oh, blasted Talgar. I forgot.
I see you have a way with the feminine persuasion there, Tyee.
Oh, please, I'm not the one that's covered with acid goo. I'm quite handsome. Look at this. The gray hair and the robes. I'm very well put together. You take it back.
You're fancy.
I'm not the one that scared a teenage girl.
I'm not either. She saw us. There are 2 green people with us.
They smoke at that
Karl.
age?
Tyee, it seems that you are making assumptions, and as you said so yourself, it's not very good to be doing such things.
There's a difference between an assumption and coming to an educated, informed conclusion. Let's go. We have to go to town anyway.
Yes, very well.
As you continue marching past the stretches of farmland that kind of butt up against the forest, you make your way down to the path and into the Blessingdale. We can actually go ahead and switch over to the Blessingdale board.
I forgot we were on Talespire.
It's a thing.
Look at all that water.
Sorry, what was the board?
Blessingdale,
Blessing.
or however you
Blessingdale.
pronounce it.
Blessingdale.
Definitely need to give it a minute to load. There's a lot of
Does
things.
whatever Blessingdale does.
There are quite a few things that it does. There's a lot to unpack with Blastingdale, man.
That is A-okay with me.
It's pretty.
You're pretty.
Aw, thanks.
No homo.
That's fucking teamwork.
Teamwork, it makes the dream work, am I right?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
So the troubled city of Blastingdale lays before you as you return to its kind of quaint little footprint here, tucked into the spine of the world. As you make your way into town, you notice there's people walking about doing their daily business. The children are definitely kept close to parents, and as you enter the town, everybody kind of takes notice and is watching you. Your packs are just stuffed to the brim. You're carrying these weapons covered in the grue. Just the condition of that you're arriving in is definitely has piqued the curiosity of the town. Everybody's kind of standing and watching, not to mention the foul stench that's coming off of the bag of hands that you carry.
I want to
Yes,
pull out my lute and just start singing loudly, "Ding dong, the orcs are dead, the orcs are dead, the orcs are dead."
Dr. Vincent, just remember that these people were traumatized by these orcs. I don't know if the dancing is... They might be happy, but I don't know. This crowd seems pretty morose.
I just let them know.
The voice kind of rings out. What say you, small green creature?
We
The
killed
orcs are
orcs.
dead?
Well, most of them. Some fled, but we took him out. Except for this one. This is a good one.
The orcs are dead? And then you kind of like hear this kind of ripple among the people kind of walking.
Ding
Yes,
dong,
many
the
of
orcs
them.
are dead, the orcs are dead, the orcs are dead.
As you can see, he's very happy about it. Except for this orc. He's very much alive, but he killed a lot of orcs. He killed so many orcs, you should have been there. It was incredible.
It's all over me.
So as you kind of talk about this, the word starts to travel around the town, and people start stopping what they're doing and taking notice. Some of them begin to follow you as you kind of make your way through town. I assume you're heading towards either the town or the
Town hall
Clerk's
or
office.
whatever. Yep.
do I get the impression that this is a crowd that is good, or is this a mob that's forming?
This looks to be a very curious crowd. Like,
Okay.
I mean, this is a small, quiet community. You know, the orc attacks have definitely traumatized them to a degree, but other than that, not much interesting happens here.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm assuming we are going to the town
Government
hall.
The mayor.
Yeah,
The mayor, yeah, the baron or something.
the mayor. The
Do we
baron's
meet-
somewhere else, I think.
In the tavern, or did we meet them in the town hall? We went to the town hall and they're like, go to the tavern.
As you make your way through the streets, as the tavern, which sits right next to the town hall, comes into view, you can see that the young woman that you ran into on your way into town is standing next to. Oh my god! I just had this in front of me. Where's my notepad? Standing next to Cyril, the proprietor of the Griffin's Nest, as well as Sir Miles Barrick, the town mayor that you've met. There looks to be several others that are kind of there, and they're watching you approach. The town people kind of following. As you get closer to the tavern, one of the crowd shouts out, They say they've killed all the orcs, that the orcs are gone.
And we've come for our bounty.
Yes, hard work is not without its reward, yes?
Now, I mean, obviously, not every single orc in the world is dead, but the fortress we took out, we could give you a map to the fortress. There's still some of your supplies are there. We couldn't carry all of it back.
Actually, it's true. There's quite a bit there, but you'll want to be careful when you are there. It's treacherous, and gosh, depending on how long it takes you to get there, it could be filled with something else. Gnolls, maybe, I don't know.
But at least the attack should subside for the time being. I see everyone disappearing one by one. I'm like, oh my god.
I moved over by the tavern.
Well, he's a burly fella.
Oh, they just grabbed a random human. So Miles Barrick seems very interested in this news, and looks to the party and says, "So it's true? You've killed all the orcs?"
Yes, we have led ways to the hideouts. We may not have killed them all. There seems to be one or two that may have run away, but enough of them have been taken care of that I don't think there will be of a problem anymore. Karl, do you care to...
We have a sack of hens.
Yeah, I'll just kind of harumph and throw him the sack. Throw it at his feet.
They land with a sickening squish. And, yeah, just kind of stick. They don't even roll or anything. It just kind of silly putties. So he opens the top of the sack and just kind of has to take a step back as the odor just hits him. But he looks through and says, "My God, how many of them were there?"
Well, this is all that we found, but I mean, you did ask for hands. I mean, an ear or a finger might have been a little less gruesome, yes? But here we are.
I was expecting 3 or 4, not...
There are 18
Yes.
left hands in that bag.
And that's not to mention there were Durga in that cavern as well. As a matter of fact, there were many other things that perhaps best left
Succubus?
unmentioned. Perhaps best left unmentioned.
This revelation travels through the crowd of that you've slayed 18 orcs and brought their hands as trophies to collect bounty and have vanquished the tribe that's been plaguing the city. Cheers begin to go up from behind. A familiar-looking old dodger starts clapping Talgar on the back of the shoulder. See, I told you. That's what we needed. We needed a half orc to think like an orc. That's all we were missing. This is the gentleman that Talgar was giving you a hard time in the bar when you first arrived here at the Griffin's Nest.
Oh yes, I remember you. You're the man that almost wasn't anymore. That's very good for you for coming around.
He looks kind of confused by your comments, but begins, continuing to take credit for the brilliant idea of bringing, a half orc in to deal with the problem. Most people kind of ignore him if you roll their eyes here and there. But Sir Miles Barrick is definitely impressed with the party's ability to collect on his bounty offer, and says that he'll need a little bit of time to gather the coin from the coffers of the city town hall here, but he'll have his clerk get started on that. Cyril, thankful, offers a place to stay here anytime that you're in Blassingdale for freeing them of the troubles. And Miles declares that there should be a great feast and a party tonight now that the threat of orc raiding and stealing your children and burning your crops in the night is gone. They can afford a little bit of a feast now that they know that their supplies will last through winter and there will be a bounty after all. So great cheers go up from everywhere around you.
Prestidigitation, little fireworks. Yay, yay.
You seem to have impressed a few of the children that are present with their parents.
We definitely need to get cleaned up.
Yes, is there any baths here?
Cyril says yes, the Griffin is equipped with facilities.
Oh my god. I'm going first. I start taking my robes off.
Alright, so you head into the tavern. People are starting to kind of mill around you and ask you questions of like, what was it like? How many of them were there?
Gosh, there were many. We got as many as we could, but gosh, Karl, what was there? There must have been 30 or 40.
At least. We know the 18 for sure. How many more? How many got? Did anybody?
Karl. I mean, they didn't get away. They ran away, right? We didn't miss them. They ran. They fled in terror. And not to mention the army of Durga we encountered. They were ferocious fighters.
Durga, and everybody starts kind of whispering.
Oh yes, they're a lot like dwarves, almost imperceptibly different.
The few dwarves that are in the crowd scoff at this comparison, quite upset and look to be insulted by it, and begin to try to correct your perception.
Oh, I'm just teasing you, bearded fellows. Goodness, have a round on me. Bring me one too. Throw some coins at him.
Yeah, so the everybody's kind of shifting into the tavern. There's a joyous atmosphere. You can just feel the tension when you first arrived here that was present. Parents keeping a watchful eye on their children, never letting them, get out of sight and everything. Just the news that you've slayed this many orcs. It's kind of everybody's loosening up a little bit. Kids are allowed to kind of play in the streets. Are all suddenly, everybody's filtering into the tavern. Corks are coming off of bottles, and everybody is having a great time.
Is there anybody that seems to be not having a good time?
No, pretty much everybody here is having a great time.
Awesome.
It's just this could have been life or death coming through winter, being a small farming community this far north.
Yeah, and I'll just, it's not needed, but I'll just liven it up with a little bit of music in the background.
Oh yes, Vinny, play for us. Thank you.
That I will.
Give me a performance check.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, not bad. 18.
You seem to have quite the following. You're playing quite well. Everybody's grooving to your beat and seems to be having a good time.
Definitely keep an eye, and I don't think there's going to be any issue here, but definitely keep an eye out for any kind of pickpocketers who want to kind of sneak into our packs to grab stuff. Especially since we have a crowd around us.
Yeah, so Cyril offers, brooms for you as well, and make sure that you have the keys to get in said room or whatever. Y'all can pick whatever rooms or whatever y'all want inside here, or Theater of the Mind, whatever you want to do. But you have a place to store your gear here, if you so choose.
Cool.
Because you guys are carrying massive packs right now that are just like stuffed to the gills with coins.
And we just get more coins from the hands.
Yeah, so you don't see any pickpockets, but you do see kind of a watchful eye of the young woman y'all saw on the road. She's kind of darting in and out, staying close to the shadows, but she is noticeable to both Tyee and Vinny.
I'm gonna go to the what's the barkeep's name again?
Cyril.
Hi, Sarah. This young lady over there in the corner. Do you know her?
She looks up and kind of her eyes fixate on the young woman. She's like, yes, that's Jocelyn. She's my charge. An orphan, a bit of a tomboy. Her parents were killed a few years ago, and I've been looking after her ever since. Well, looking after her as best one can. The girl prefers to be outside and away from people more often than not.
Oh, indeed, that's understandable. It's traumatic. It's traumatic. It's very bad.
How old is she?
She's 14.
Oh. Then I am not going to suggest that Tyee go flirt with her.
No.
Oh, Vincent, I am
No,
an
I
old
didn't say
man.
that out loud.
You're gonna get put on a list.
No kidding.
So, but other than that, there's no pickpockets.
I'm gonna go speak to Jocelyn. Waltz over. It's unable to kind of let it go. This is your name is Jocelyn, yes?
She looked kind of nervous as you're addressing her. She just nods.
Yes, it's quite all right. There's no need to be nervous. I mean, we're just you don't seem as happy as the rest of the crowd.
Well, I'm very happy that the orcs are dead, she replies.
It's just there's no repairing the damage, yes?
No, there's
No.
not.
Indeed, there's not. Right. But do you think you'll stay here? What are your plans? You seem to be working here with the innkeeper.
He's nice enough. She's like, but I've got bigger plans.
Really? That's great to hear. I'm a fellow traveler myself. I came from a large city far away, and tell me about you. What are your plans?
She leans in real close, barely whispering. I have a map. It's going to lead to treasure.
You have a map.
And then I'll be able to afford to go after the orcs myself for vengeance.
Jocelyn, where did you get this map?
Wouldn't you like to know?
What? Jocelyn, I would not have asked if I did not like to know. Look at me. Look how old I am. I'm not taking this map from you. I kind of point on my shoulder. There's a green one. He might, but I'm not going to.
Is this all within earshot of everybody, or?
I point to Vinny, not the orc, by the way.
I assumed everybody's kind of
Vinny.
over at the bar and he's stepped away.
Okay, we're not hearing it. Nope, that's
So
cool.
she's being very quiet.
But Jocelyn, we did not do this alone. As a matter of fact, we very nearly died, several of us, several times.
I found it. It was in an adventurer's pack. He died in one of the abandoned mines.
Oh, there are abandoned mines. Oh, well, yes, I guess that figures, doesn't it?
Yeah, the mountainsides are littered with them.
No, I says no. You're quite right. I'm new to these parts, but this makes perfect sense. Thank you. Actually, look, Jocelyn, I'm not really concerned about the map. I'm mostly concerned with the fact that you are... Gosh, Jocelyn, you must be, what, 15 years old? 16?
Old enough to swing his sword.
Would you like to practice a little bit?
She looks a little nervous, but gets a boost of self-confidence and says, maybe I'll teach you something. I've been practicing quite a bit.
You're quite right. Talgar, take over for me. I think she likes to practice real quick. I'm sorry, guys. I got a phone call I gotta take.
It's yours. So while that's going on over in the corner, the rest of y'all have been milling around the bar.
Is the Baron we go to see, or do we summon from the town mayor? I can't remember.
The town mayor will know how to get a hold of him.
Okay, then yeah, that's. I bring it up with the town mayor that we're looking to see the Baron.
Baron Elfon.
I can write to him right away. What should I tell him?
Is he not in the town?
No. He moves from house to house. He has several. He's part of the Lord Protectorate that kind of looks over and rules the towns. He's a very important person, travels place to place.
Well, I'm not too sure that we'll be staying around, but you should pass on the message that we managed to find a relic that he was interested in.
As well as a map that we can make for him.
Yes, we definitely could make this map too.
Okay, I can write to him. It'll take a little while for the message to find him, but so you found a relic and you can provide a map. Is the message to convey?
Yes.
Yes, but I'm not sure in which way he would be able to get in touch with us.
That is a pickle.
Could you direct us to where he is?
Your best bet's probably to head back towards Oakhurst. So he kind of frequents that area since it's on the main road.
Is this the Baron?
Yes.
Yep.
So I'm assuming the Baron's like not local. He's outish.
He's outish.
And what happened with Jocelyn?
Well, we just switched to the bar talk while you're talking.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Talgar accidentally killed her.
So they're writing to the Baron.
She wasn't that good.
Are they left? They're going to the Baron?
No. Not that much happened. Jeez.
Oh, okay.
Tyee took a phone call.
We just ran.
Go. But Miles has a way to get he can send a message that'll eventually find the Baron. So we're composing that message.
Well, Miles, can't we just go to the Baron?
Well, I don't know exactly where he's at.
But does he have a castle? Actually, I'm not even here. I'm with Jocelyn.
Oh, this is true. But Miles would have explained to the party that he does have several estates that he travels between. The most regular being near Oakhurst.
Well, if he is a well-traveled individual, then he would have a way to reach out to us. I dare say he can perhaps maybe send a message if need be, if he is in contact with those of the arcane. So.
Okay, so he paraphrases that basically and goes
unless there is not
unless,
anything else we can do about the Baron. and turn over to the back of the bar to look at what Tyee's doing.
At this point, it looks like he's challenging a young woman to a fight of some type in the bar.
Jocelyn, we if you want to test your metal, look, I'm not a fighter myself. I'm more of the as you can see, I'm an old man. But we have a couple. We have at least one swordsman here that is professionally trained, and also that bard, that goblin that is singing. He can swing a rapier with no problem, also. But you should know
I'll
that
spar with you.
you should know that if you do go, don't go alone. I'm not gonna tell you not to go, because I went one day. There was one day I was a young man and I went. I'm not gonna tell you not to go, but don't go alone.
Would you be willing to go with?
That is interesting. I thought you were keen to share.
Well,
You
I
just
don't
seem
know if I'll
very
be able
hostile.
to. I don't know if I'll be able to, bring all the treasure back myself. I may need, more help to carry it.
Well, it would be helpful to know where we are going. I tell you what. If you show me your map, I will show you my map. And I believe me, you are going to like my map.
Show me yours and I'll show you mine.
What's your map go to?
I'm gonna just I have my crystal, and I can use this to broadcast a map of the stars as just kind of a flavor part of my class. I'm just gonna toss constellations all over the bar, and it's gonna mirror, what you see outside.
This grabs the attention of pretty much everybody in the bar who oohs and ahs, and Jocelyn seems quite taken with it.
As you can see, you could say I'm a druid, but my order, my circle, we say, is primarily concerned with the stars. And so, as a part of my order, when I was a young man, I earned my map, and I carry it with me wherever I go. And it does great, wondrous things. It helps me know where I'm going, know where I am. It's very dear to me. I'm gonna point out several constellations. As you can see here is the Otter, and there is right over here is a Chalice, and as you see here is one of the favorite of children, is the Dragon.
She just kind of soaks all the information in as you're pointing it out. Her eyes kind of wide at the display of kind of beauty that you've shown her. She agrees to show you her map.
But before you do, come over with us. Come meet my fellows.
She follows you over to the rest of the group.
Everybody. So this is my new friend. Would you go ahead and introduce yourself?
She says her name is Jocelyn Hillis.
Hello, Jocelyn. I am Talgar.
She says that she's an adventurer. She pulls out her pipe and begins to stuff it.
It's a pleasure to meet you too. I am Vesmir. You met Talgar. This is Karl, and this is Vinny. And obviously, you were speaking with Tyee.
Karl just holds up a hand and waves and just continues to enjoy his beer.
Nods, taking it in, feeling quite proud that she's talking to you people. Slayers of the Orc.
Jocelyn is an adventurer too. And she has a map she'd like to show us.
Vesmir just looks cautiously over, not quite sure what to make of it.
So she unfurls a tattered, dirty piece of parchment. And it displays, it depicted on it is several mountain chains. There looks to be several kind of markers and other features to the map. Look to be hand drawn. Decent skill looks like an actual cartographer had his hands on it at one point. There's some markings on it that would indicate that something is at the end of the treasure buried at X.
So the map looks proper professional, is what you're saying?
It does.
And you said there's an X on it?
Yeah, I mean, it depicts basically a winding path through the mountains.
So Vinny just looks at it and goes, "Wow, this map looks excellent." But he does not cast hideous laughter. He's just trying to be funny.
Vinny.
Tyee's rolling on the floor, incapacitated with laughter.
Hehehehe.
I hope he's prone. I get advantage.
Well, it's not underground.
She says that she believes that there's a cache of platinum coins at the end of this treasure map.
Well, yeah, coins are cash.
How did you figure they are platinum?
She kind of looks a little shifty, kind of shifts her weight from one foot to the other, and says, I overheard someone talking about it.
Hey, Jocelyn, I thought you said you found this on a dead adventurer.
She's like, I did.
Jocelyn, where did you really find this? We're not the police.
She begins to kind of... Actually, give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Uh, 13.
She gives kind of a story about a group of adventurers that arrived at town, and she was curious. She overheard them talking. They didn't see her when they were talking among themselves at the bar. They were treasure seekers. Not the first to come to the town, but this group seemed exceptionally confident. And so she kind of tailed them and followed them, and followed them into one of the caves, and said that there was an accident, and they didn't make it. And so she went to check on them and realized that they were, dead. And that's when she took the map.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah, I was gonna do the same thing. I was gonna get a sense of, whether she's telling the truth or blowing smoke on my ass.
Okay. So both of y'all roll insight.
Nat 20.
16.
You both feel that she's leaving probably some bits of the story here and there out, but overall, there's definitely a grain of truth to it.
Now, Jocelyn, if we are going to go together, we're going to have to know everything. You said an accident. What do you mean?
Now, you're among friends here, and if you'd rather talk about this in a private setting, we can go kind of in one of the rooms. We kill orcs, we don't kill little girls, so, if you want to talk in private, we got your back. Don't worry.
Yeah, give me just a minute, guys.
Oh, sorry.
No, he's got to write the story before we ask any more questions.
I don't do live animation anymore because there's a terrible strain on the animator's wrist.
Okay, sorry about that.
You're fine.
So, where were we? Oh, persuasion, she was leaving. things out.
Inside checked to see that she wasn't telling the truth, and Tyee was asking what the accident was.
And Vinny was offering a more private setting to chat safely.
She seems really defensive and says, it was an accident. That's all I know.
Jocelyn, accidents happen all the time. It's fine. Like I said, we're not the police.
She reluctantly says that, well, I kind of suspected that the mine was trapped. And I didn't warn him because I didn't want them to know I was following him.
Jocelyn, this is not your problem. If they were the adventurers that they were meant to be, then they should have taken the precautions themselves. So, in my mind, you have nothing to be sorry for.
Well, I guess I understand how you wouldn't want to tell us that, considering you want to go with us. But it's okay. It's okay. We are quite cunning.
I mean,
She
it
seems
seems
a
that
little relieved, but still kind of defensive.
well, seeing that you seemingly have told us the truth, and this puts you a step closer in our good graces, and it makes us more willing to hear this tale about what this map could behold.
Yes, do you know any more?
Only that there was a well-known bandit that preyed on groups of merchants and so forth, and tucked away a large stash of platinum coins. And on his deathbed, basically, he handed out this information, and that's where the treasure map came from. Found its ways into the adventuring party's hands, and then they walked into a trap. She took the treasure map, and here we are. And she kind of, after everybody has a chance to look at the map, she kind of folds it back up and puts it close in her pocket and says, and that's my ticket out of here.
Oh, yes, that's it very well could be. And you should know that these things that happen, they are written in the stars already. There's just, everything that happens is supposed to happen, and that is often not very much consolation for the terrible things that do happen. But you seem very eager to drive forward, and I think that is admirable. So tonight, I think we should feast. Jocelyn, you will join us, and perhaps in the morning we can discuss our business further.
I ask.
As I wait awkwardly at the table for somebody to respond to me.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. Not just you, man. Everybody else.
Well, don't want to interrupt. The only other thing I was going to ask the mayor is if there's any specialty shops in town.
Before we go separately, I would like to hold a toast. Jocelyn, if you don't mind, I would actually like to spend some moments with my colleagues.
Oh, by all means. She says that, she'll be around. Cyril knows how to find me. She kind of dips out of the tavern and off into the town.
Jocelyn has a very deep, manly voice, doesn't she? It's almost like she doesn't try to be feminine at all.
She's tough.
At this point in the work week, no, she does not.
At this point in the work week. It's summer break, man.
She's rough.
Vesmir goes to the bar and speaks to Sarah and grabs the one of the high shelf 10 gold bottles of wine.
Okay.
Grabs 2 of them actually.
All right.
Oh yeah, Vesmir, if you don't mind, let me get one of those.
No. This one is on me. Please, let us make our way to the table. I have to make. We need to talk. And hopefully, the barmaid brings around some cups, and Vesmir pours out the wine. Now,
As you kind of take your seat around this table, you can see it looks to be outside. You can see some people are setting up tables and some streamers and things. It looks like they're kind of preparing for the feast. It'll be dark in a couple hours, so you guys have got a couple hours to kill before the full feast kind of kicks off. So sorry, go for it.
I wanted to say now. I seemingly have not known the four of you for very long, but several days ago we went in search of those caves, and I mean, all that I had on my mind was being in search of coin, and seemingly we came out. I came out realizing that on these adventures that not every battle can be won alone, and I can honestly say that no one at this table would have survived that dragon alone. Not one of us would have survived if any one of you were not at this table today. Now, this is a bit difficult for me to say, but this goes against who I am and how I've been brought up, how do you say? And I don't feel that I have been the best part of this team, so to speak. And I would like to extend an olive branch, especially to Tyee, who I seem to have made very upset last time we traveled through difficult circumstances with the merchant caravan.
Gosh, that was a long time ago, Talgar. That was a long, long time ago.
Vesmir.
Not Talgar. I'm sorry, Vesmir. Yeah, my bad.
And
I suck.
he
Now I'm angry again.
He pulls out 7 gold coins and slides it across the table. This is somewhat a recompense for withholding from the party earlier. I will endeavor to make the effort to not be so greedy, and I mean, we have this wonderful shield for Talgar, this sword as well, and it will help protect him, but it will also help protect us. And while I would like to see them turned into gold into my pocket, I see it as far greater value, and I am sorry, Tyee, to you specifically for having sown distrust in you earlier. And yes, this is in one way of speaking. I am asking for each of your forgiveness.
Well, Vesmir, it's no big deal. I mean, we went through that ordeal together. We barely knew each other at the beginning of the caravan. And when we went into those caves and we backed each other up, I mean, I think this is all just water under the bridge. But I appreciate your gesture. I accept naturally. And, we are all on the path. We are all on the way. And it's just, things change as time goes on. And oftentimes they change for the better. So to us.
To us, Tyee, you are very humble, and there might be something that I can learn from you in the future.
Actually, likewise. That is why we are on the path.
But, we shall see, yes?
Yes, indeed.
After some alcohol, Vinny kind of puts his drink down and looks at Vesmir. And just goes over and grabs him and goes, "I love you, man! I love you!"
Vinny, this is a little unexpected. And he sort of just pats him delicately. Just
And he goes back to drinking.
yes, very well then. Okay.
Karl just grunts, nods, and tilts his glass towards you.
Yes, gentlemen, be sure to drink up. This is some of the finest wine you typically get to drink, and
Cheers.
Hey, Talgar.
Hey,
You know where orc babies come from?
where are they coming from?
The stork. Vicious mockery. Wisdom saving throw 14.
Oh shit. Dirty 20.
Oh well, it's okay.
It's alright, I'll still laugh.
So the town seems to be in wonderful spirits, and everybody's having a good time. You can smell the aromas of meats and different dishes being brought out to the great feast area here. Is there anything anybody would like to do before we partake in the feast?
I'm good.
All right, fantastic. Is everybody actually here together at the party?
I believe.
Yeah,
so.
we were all
Think so.
sitting at
I didn't think
table.
about the shops until like tomorrow.
Yeah, shop's tomorrow.
Okay. I assume the party's cleaning up a little bit as they rotate through the facilities,
Oh yeah,
washing the grime off and
prestidigitation a lot.
securing. I'm assuming you're putting your packs in your room, or are you doing something different with them?
Given their
Vesmir, Vesmir maintains his stuff on him. He's not trusting to leave things out of his sight.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put my stuff up until they're sleeping.
Okay, so just so we're clear, your like big travel pack is stuffed to the gills with treasure.
Well, is the sun still up?
Is there a bank in town?
There's not a bank in town.
I've got mine locked in my room. Just I'm trusting of the guys here.
Is there a jeweler or a blacksmith?
There is a blacksmith, really more horseshoes type smithing than.
Well,
weapon
essentially,
crafting armor.
I'd be looking for them to just file down some gold into gold dust.
I'm gonna do that tomorrow, unless you want to do it. I don't know what time is it right now.
Well, I was just going to pay 1,000 silver to get 100 gold worth of gold dust and significantly lighten the pack.
We can sort all that out tomorrow. I mean, basically the whole town's like coming here. Well, business is basically closed today. So, who's taking their pack to dinner?
I will not. I'll lock mine in the room as well.
Vinny as
Yeah, alright. I'll lock mine up.
I'll have my coin with me, but my pack will be in my room.
As long as that's a
Ves-
reasonable amount.
Vesmir's not carrying too much. He'll put several items down to lighten his pack and put the silver away, but he'll hold on to his gold and the rest of it.
Okay, again, as long as it's a reasonable amount.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
What is a reasonable amount?
I mean, how many coins do you think you're going to have on you? I don't know what denominations and whether it's silver, gold, and stuff. So I mean, I wouldn't think that you're going to carry 500 gold coins to dinner.
Okay, I'm not carrying 500 gold coins.
Yeah. I'm
I
just
was
saying,
gonna-
you can have a few. You can have a few big bulging pouches, but
All right, I will leave my money in my pack. I will bring, like Vesmir, I will bring 100 gold with me.
I was going to bring about 250 gold and leave the rest.
that's
Fine, whatever. I'm bringing 100.
I'm more concerned about the volume than I am about like.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's got 1,500 silver that he doesn't want to carry around.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a bit ridiculous.
Yep.
All right, so the party filters out into the kind of town square here, and tables and streamers have been set up. There's people playing music. Everybody's kind of celebrating at the sight of you emerging from the Griffin's Nest here. A loud cheer goes up. It seems you are the guest of honor, as Miles kind of waves you over towards the kind of one of the center tables. As you approach, he points to a kind of a large burly gentleman. He introduces him as Grindar Kull. He's in charge of the town watch here.
That's good to meet you, Grinda.
He says the pleasure is all his. His town watch and militia did the best they could, but against such numbers and such a large area to try to protect, with the farms, sitting on the outside of town, it was a possible task with such numbers. We had no idea how large a force the orcs had amassed.
Yes, it was quite shocking. Vinci, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask. You got any scouts in your watch?
A few active scouts, yes.
It might not be a bad idea to just keep an eye on that fortress they were at, to see if anything tries to move in, or start building up again. That way, it gives you advance warning.
It's very appreciative of this information. Says he'll make note of that and set some type of watch out that way.
Cool.
He also introduces a female woman, probably in her early 60s, kind of silver hair, dressed in white. He introduces her as Sister Alonza. He says that she runs the small temple that we have.
Oh, what's it
She kind of
God to?
questions I don't have immediate answers to.
Sorry.
One of the good gods.
Dash, it's very nice to meet you. Were you did you treat the wounded of the various attacks?
She nods as best I could.
Are there any wounded remaining?
A few here and there. We patched them up for the most part, but are you skilled in in healing?
Yes, I am. That is a bit of my calling. You should after the festivities, you should call on me tomorrow morning, and I'd be happy to come by and help.
She seems really excited about this prospect and kind of nods her head and says that your help would be most welcome.
Yes, well, I'll be here.
Troubling cases that could use a second opinion. Cyril takes a place near you as well, and kind of as Miles ushers everybody to sit down, the rest of the town kind of filters in. The tables are brought out, food's brought out. There's chickens and roasted lamb, and it seems everybody kind of brought what they could spare. This is definitely a reason to celebrate. They were looking at a very grim winter, and instead fate has brought you to this town and destroyed the threat, and the town can breathe easy again. And so everybody kind of tears into the food and as a drink and whatnot.
Yep. I would like to use Fury the Small on this feast.
So you tear into it.
Oh,
The food is good. That kind of country filling from Grandma's stove. Everybody definitely brought their best, and really the town just really seems indebted to you. Miles says, "So what are your plans after this? Are you going to stick around here in Blessingdale?"
Well, we were merely passing through, and the mayor caught our attention, and we will, I think, continue on and see what catches our attention next.
Well, you're always welcome here, and I'm sure that the town militia would benefit from your presence in the town.
What do you know about the Jocelyn girl?
Poor thing. I don't envy Cheryl's position, looking after the girl. She's more wild than civilized.
Oh yes, well, circumstances. I suppose. What should we expect?
Sorry, what you should expect?
No, it's just it's the circumstances.
Oh, okay.
What ought you expect? How is she around town? Is she helpful? Is she?
Sorry,
in good
my headset just cut out. I lost like the last 20 seconds.
It's all good. Is she in good standing?
Well enough. Gets into mischief here and there, but for the most part keeps to herself. Doesn't play much with the other children.
Ah, yes, indeed.
He does say that she's, got a pretty good sharp head, a sharp head on her shoulders, and she's not a troubled girl or anything. Just a bit wild.
We're all just eating and just enjoying the festivities.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No. I'm sorry.
So yeah, I mean, everybody's having a good time, and the party drags on late into the evening. Sir Miles Barrick is definitely feeling the effects of a copious amount of wine. And just says how thankful he is, and everybody else is just kind of very, generous. Is there anybody in particular you want to talk to, or? Okay. So as the festivities drag on, everybody, kind of eventually scatters out and heads off to their general, homes and whatnot as the evening comes to a close. You find making your way back to the Griffin's Nest here. Looking forward to a good night's sleep in an actual bed. Breakfast cooked by somebody else in the morning. So everybody heads off to the Griffin's Nest and goes to your rooms. Is there anything anybody would like to do before you cycle a long rest?
I gotta count my gold.
Count your gold. All right.
I'll
Is it
take about
also-
8 hours.
I don't know how much gold you have, but
Oh,
you count it very well,
okay.
stacking it nicely.
I don't suspect that anything's been taken.
Counting your gold because it said nothing looks like it was disturbed.
All right, cool.
I thought you were just Scrooge McDucking, and no, it's like, oh no, everybody robbed me.
I'm not playing a duck, Califax. I'm a druid.
Pour
I
on
could
the
be a
bed and
duck
make
if
an
I
angel.
wanted to be, but I'm
You
not.
could be
right
a duck
now,
if you
okay?
wanted to be.
I'm not that kind of druid, all right? I'm a serious druid. In a serious game.
Okay.
I just sing.
Okay.
I don't know if I got my own room or not, depending on the rest of the party. But I'll just sing a quiet lullaby to the egg before going to sleep.
Okay.
Do I hear that through the wall?
You hear murmurs.
What is he doing in there?
Okay, well, if there's nothing else, then we cycle through another long rest. So if you had any hit dice remaining after 2 rests, you should have them all back. It is dawn, and you awaken to the smell of bacon and biscuits being cooked. Definitely feeling the night's festivities. So everybody awakes, feeling a little worse for wear, but having slept in a nice bed, it was a good change from where you have been. So what would the party like to do this fine morning?
I'll take a gold piece and put it on my pillow for the housekeeping staff, because I know that they take care of you when you treat them nice.
Okay.
You know
but
what?
after
I'll do
that,
the same.
Vincent, were you singing last night?
Singing? What? No, I was sleeping last night. What you talking about?
No, Vincent, you were making noise.
Do I make noise in my sleep? I don't know.
Oh, Vincent. Too coy for your own good.
If you're talking about Kai, I was just singing Kai to sleep.
Actually, you were singing. That's what I'm talking about. That's singing.
Just, I wasn't singing the whole night. Just saying
I
good
didn't
night.
say the whole night.
Okay, neither did I.
You just did, Vincent.
Why are we yelling?
Because this is a game, and we can do whatever we want.
Oh, cool. Any specialty shops? I know you just said there's a blacksmith and a general store.
Yeah, there's a blacksmith. There is a Cyril points you over breakfast, which she piles high with bacon and biscuits and eggs and everything else that you would like. She tells you that Tom's Superior Outfitting and Dry Goods is right around the corner. He's got a pretty decent selection for a town our size.
What about a tannery? You got something like that?
He might be able to answer any questions you have, or treat or help you with any hides that you may have acquired.
All right. Sound good? I know Vesmir wanted to visit the blacksmith.
Yeah, and somebody wanted to go to the temple as well.
Yep.
So, where are we going?
Are we splitting or just moving around as a group?
Vesmir also wants to go to the temple as well.
Yeah, I made a promise, so I'll split off and go to the temple. You guys can do the shopping, or we can do that first. I don't care what order it goes in, but I'll probably just split off and go to the temple first.
I know I want to try to unload my old shield and then get my acid damage longsword repaired, wherever that might be.
Okay.
And
So,
I'll
yeah.
go with Vinny to the tannery because I'd like to ask about these scales.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Do the store first, because I got another phone call. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Nice, buddy. Talgar, you want to take care of this shield of yours, yes? And
Yeah,
your sword?
I don't need 2 shields. I want to try to sell my old one, and I want to fix my old longsword, my trusty one, even though it's not fancy.
Vesmir looks at this shield. Is this shield of yours, is it like a kite shield? Or is it a round shield? Or... No idea.
I don't know. I would imagine probably more kite I'd imagine a bigger one since I'm a bigger guy.
Sure. Talgar, if you don't mind, I'd be happy to give you 5 gold for your shield.
Oh no, you don't have to. Your money's no good with me. You can just have it.
I very much honor this transaction. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Cool. And but I still need to head to the blacksmith anyway. So if you want, you can come along.
Sounds good to me.
Cool. So make it to the blacksmith.
Yeah, 1 second.
No worries.
All right, so you make your way over to the blacksmith. He looks to actually be tanning some leathers of his own.
Oh, cool.
It's a middle-aged man with steeply arched kind of brows. He's currently hammering a hot piece of metal on the anvil. As you approach, he looks up, banks the piece of metal back into some coals, and sets his hammer down. Introduces himself. The name's Inkle. What can I do for you?
Yes, good morning, Inkle. I was wondering, I am actually looking to procure about 100 gold worth of gold dust. Is this something that you could take care of?
Yeah, can't say that anybody's ever asked me to work on gold before. Just need it ground down to a powder, you say, though, right?
This is correct, yes.
I don't see why I wouldn't be able to accomplish that.
Obviously, it would be worth 100 gold, but what of your labor cost?
Well, seeing as I've never done it before, and you're putting mighty trust in somebody you just met, let's say 30 gold keeps me honest.
30 gold seems a little steep. Would you be able to do maybe 25?
For the heroes of Blassendell, I'll do it for 25.
This is Inkle, much appreciated.
Well, how about instead of 25, I don't know what to do with this thing, and I pull out the dragon hide. How about I trade you this for the services?
He looks at the pelts and what kind of leather is this?
Some lizard thing. What would you guys think it is? What was it?
Vesmir pipes up. Yeah, Talgar, yes, this was Black Dragon.
Yeah, a little one.
Yeah, it was Black Dragon.
Dragon hide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll trade you.
There we go. Gets that off my chest in my pack.
Inkle, no, I don't necessarily. Would you have gold on you, and perhaps I could potentially pay you with some silver?
Why pay him? I just paid him with the hide.
No. He needs the gold to grind down to dust.
Yeah. That's what I'm paying for. Is for him to do that for you.
Yeah, he's gonna do the service for you.
Oh, the whole 100. Gotcha.
Yeah,
I understand.
he's basically trading the hide for grinding that gold down for you.
Vinny, this is quite generous. I don't know how to thank you.
Don't have to. Just stay alive. That's all I care about.
Yes, very well, very well. Thank you kindly.
Yeah, he takes the 100 gold, and he says, and you wanted a powder, right? Not just boiled down?
Sorry, what I'm asking for. I want to get rid of my silver, so I'm asking him if he's got the gold to turn into powder, and I would just pay him the difference of what that gold value would be.
No, sir. I'm just a humble smith. I don't have that kind of gold.
Very well, Inkul, no worries. How long will this take?
Couple hours.
Very well. Then I will return later.
Okay. So you leave him with 100 gold?
Yes.
All right.
And then I want to pull out my damaged longsword and show it to him and ask if he can resharpen and fix up this acid damaged sword.
He looks at it and he's like, I've never seen something done this to a blade before. And which sword is this?
This is just my original regular longsword.
That's now -1 because of the acid damage.
Yeah, I could probably hammer this back out and put an edge back on it. It'll be a little lighter and maybe a touch off balance, but it should be close to new. I could do it for 2 gold. And I'll need an afternoon.
I'll slide over 5 gold and tell him to take his time.
He nods, much appreciated. Put your sword off to the side.
Would we be able to find a treasury of some sort to exchange these coins?
Not in a town this size.
What about Oakhurst? Would there be stuff there?
It's more on the trail, and there is a merchant hub there, so it probably would be able to. They would be able to cater to your needs better than their little hamlet here can.
So I take it there's no magic shops in town.
Unfortunately not. If you got a magic shop, I guess. I don't remember if Oakhurst has anything, but Mirabar probably does. They've got everything in that city. Only been there once myself.
How far away is Mirabar?
By a small riverboat, you could be there in a couple days, maybe 3. If the currents play well with you, or on foot, 4 or 5 days.
Sorry, that was Karl. You asked for which city was that?
Mirabar?
Yeah, Mirabar. That's what he was saying. It sounds like this is the largest city, which is of interest.
Do we know how far Oakhurst is?
Yeah, it's about the same distance, just a different direction. Like Mirabar's directly to the west. Oakhurst would be to the southwest. On the Great Road.
You got a piece of paper and like a quill I could borrow? I want to write out something for you.
Vesmir holds his hand up and sure, Vinny, here, use this, and hands him some paper and quill with some ink.
All right.
Yeah.
As I'm kind of writing this out, kind of a little bit of a map with directions, you've been so nice to us that I kind of want to give you a bit of a heads up. If it piques your interest. This fortress that we found, and it's kind of out this way. If you take this path and this right and left, I try my best to remember, there's a dwarven forge there. That's got all kinds of coal, it's got iron ore, it's got all kinds of materials. If you can get some guys to go out there, could keep you supplied and give you some extra stuff for your own shop. So just kind of a heads up.
I appreciate the information. I can't say that I'm quite that adventurous, but who knows? Maybe some travelers looking to earn a coin or two will take up the quest for me.
Yeah. So gives a blacksmith a exclamation point to put over his head for the next group of adventurers.
Basically.
Well, yes, we shall return later this afternoon. Vesmir wants to make his way over to the temple where Tyee was headed.
Okay. It's Tyee back.
I'm back.
Hello.
Hello.
You arrive at the small stone temple. It doesn't look like it seats more than probably 40, 50 people. It's very kind of small. But there's a few cots that are tucked away in one corner that have a couple individuals laying on them. Sister Alonza is kind of hovering about, sees you come in, and looks happy to see you, and goes over and greets you. Good morning.
Ah, yes, hello.
I didn't know if you would remember that you were going to come. We all had quite a bit to drink last night.
I see it was a good night. Sure, what can I do for you?
Well, two of the people that we've been defending the town, militia members, got hurt, and I did a pretty good job stitching the wounds closed, and those look to be healing nicely, but they both developed a cough, and I just can't seem to shake it, and they don't seem to be getting any better.
I see. Well, let's lead the way. Lead me to them, please.
Yeah, so she leads you over to two more farmer than soldier looking individuals. Both of them, suffering axe wounds, but those look to have been stitched pretty well together. They look to be healing, but they both look pretty pale. They have rattled breathing.
Yeah. So I would like to examine them, see if it is in fact just a cold or a flu or pneumonia or whatever the hell else it might be.
Okay.
I try to help, with what little knowledge I might have.
Well, Tyee's over here. You all have been at the blacksmith during this.
Oh, I thought we went with them afterwards. Because I know Vesmir wanted to go.
Y'all are headed there now.
Okay.
This would have been time-wise while y'all were talking to the blacksmith. So, give me a medicine check, Tyee.
20.
Okay.
Dirty.
So the women themselves look actually like they've been cleaned really well, but it's possible that they may be suffering some effects of a disease that may have been introduced from the dirty, tarnished war axes that the orcs use.
Would I be able to? Would I be familiar with what kind of a disease that is? Their typical symptoms.
Orchanasia? I don't know. I'm spitballing, improvising a disease name here.
No worries.
But
actually, the stitch works is very good. Did you clean these wounds and take care of these?
She beams at your kind of compliment and says, "Yes."
Actually,
Nothing
you did.
steady at the hand, but I do what I can.
Steady hands. You did fine. There's combat wounds. They demand immediate attention. It's not always the best, but this is great. You should be very proud of your work. And what happened afterwards is not something that you had control of. I mean, the disease. It got inside of them, and that was it. There's really not much you could do. But I would say let me cast some magic. Are you comfortable with that in your temple?
If it cures these sick men, then yes.
It would be a restoration spell, yes.
So she steps aside and lets you do your thing.
Okay. So I'm still new to casting and how that works. It has to have the ritual tag next to it in order for it to be able to be cast as a ritual, right?
Yes.
Okay, no problem. And there's two of these guys, right? And they both have the same thing?
Unless you have a ability or feature that lets you ritual cast spells, which
nope.
I think mostly wizards and stuff do.
Nope, this is just my newness to this spell casting.
Okay.
Yeah. No, yeah, so there's two of them, right?
There are two of them.
Okay, so I will cast a lesser restoration on both of them.
So you reach out with the
you reach out with my hand
energy.
and right, and the crystal on my right hand would light up a little bit. The robes would shimmer for a moment, almost imperceptibly, and
the energies flow out, and the rattling almost instantly fades. And you hear both of them take a deep breath and begin to breathe normally. Color starts to return to their face, and they look like they've had a stark improvement.
Yes, you look much better already. How do you feel?
They both said that they feel much better, that they can breathe again.
Good. Well, you ended up here in service of your town. It's admirable. I think that deserves some kind of, some sort of follow through, some appreciation on my end as well. Yes.
And receive that blessing from the heroes of Blessing Dells. Truly an honor.
Well. Here we are, all heroes in our own moments. You defended your town against these orcs as well, and you paid the price for it as well.
About the time the rest of the party kind of arrives.
It's my companions. Just come.
Vesmir walks in. Do these gentlemen still seem to have wounds, or are they?
The wounds are we're already well underway in being healed. So they're not deficient by a whole lot of HP, I guess, if that's the mechanic question you're asking.
That's all good.
They looked like they were sick, and now they've got color to their face, and they look like they're getting better.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sitting up in their bed type thing.
I have a question for you, if you don't mind. I am looking for a tiny crystal. It could be something as simple as quartz or not, but I need it for a spell that allows me to, frankly, it allows me to kind of predict a little bit about the future. Would I be able to pick that up anywhere in town?
If anywhere's got it, it'd be Tom's.
Oh, it's Tom's. Okay, you guys just came from Tom's. I should have gone with you. That's okay.
We can go back.
Oh yes, I shall. We'll have to swing by there quickly, so I can conclude my business with Tom. But
Well,
this is for you, and I'm gonna hand her 10 gold pieces.
Your generosity knows no bounds. Thank you.
You just remember that the circle of stars, when you see them come through, this is what we're all about. You can trust us in our order.
You are a great ambassador for your order.
Well, thank you. Okay, keep on doing the good work that you did here. Like I said, these wounds, they look very good. I did nothing to them. This is all you.
Kind of blushes at your praise.
All right, well, I'm off to Tom's. Does anybody here want to any other business?
Yes, sister, I have just a very quick question. On our travels, I came across this small carving and I presented. So we found in the caverns there was a marble carving that we determined was a possible holy symbol. It looks like an arrow breaking on a shield, and I want to ask if she can determine the symbology behind it. The symbolism.
Symbolism. Symbology.
Give me just a moment.
Boondock Saints.
Was there a firefight?
Where we picked that up at?
No. Honestly, I don't. I just realized that I had it in my inventory and didn't.
What's it called
check
again?
over. It was just a marble carving, and we determined it was a possible holy symbol, and it looked like an arrow breaking on a shield.
That was the room that we fought two dwarves, the warrior, and Namira.
Okay. Where you fought what exactly again? Sorry.
It was three dwarves, two were ranged, one was a warrior, and then a name called Namira. Namiria? Nimira. And that was one of the loots when we searched the room.
Honestly, that might have been a D10 roll.
Yeah, it might have been because Tyee found a drawing of a Durgar female, high quality satchel. Oh, and a high quality satchel.
Ah, okay. In the memento, then.
Why are you doing that?
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
So, that's a holy symbol of Mithril.
Mithril is like the element, or
I believe she means Mithra.
No, I'm sorry. It's a Mithril holy symbol.
Oh.
I don't know the symbology behind it, but that is made from what the dwarves call true metal. It's very precious.
Vesmir be able to determine that, try not to meta, that dwarves are very attached to Mithril as a material to work with?
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
Would Vesmir be able to determine, because we got it from the Dwarven Caves, that this would have something to do with a Dwarven deity? Potentially?
Yeah, it potentially would be, but not one that she's familiar with.
Very well. I thank you very much for your time. Whereabouts can we find this Tom?
Oh, it's back across the town, right across from the blacksmith.
Very well. Thank you kindly. We
Um,
shall take our leave.
yeah. Vesmir,
Yes, Vin.
how much of that silver you looking to part with? Or exchange, at least?
Well, I mean, I have 1,500 silver pieces. If I can get 15 platinum pieces, that would be a lot easier to transport, yes?
How about, so 1,500 pieces of silver equals 150 gold, right?
This is correct, yes.
All right. I would like to exchange. I'll buy you silver off you.
Very well. Well, we shall exchange. You're looking to give me 150 gold, is this correct?
Yes.
Very well. Yeah, he'll gladly get rid of 1,500 silver for 1,500 gold.
All right. And for narration's sake, I want to go back to the blacksmith and add to his load, see if he can take that 1,500 silver and turn it into powder for me.
1,500 silver.
Yes.
It's a lot of powder.
Well, I need 250 silver to do a single spell. So
wow.
with 1,500, I can do that 6 times. So I want to stock up on my silver, powdered silver.
Does it say silver or silver dust?
25 gold piece worth of powdered silver.
Gotcha. 25 gold pieces or 250?
25 gold pieces, 250 silver pieces. So 1,500
Gotcha.
silver powdered will give me 6 uses.
Understand.
So he says that it'll take him most of the next day to be able to do that because he has the sword as well as the previous order.
I don't mind. If the party doesn't mind.
Okay, so he's willing to take that on for you.
Cool. And then we go to the general shop. How much will he charge?
For you, I'll do it for 15 gold.
All right, I'll pay him.
Done. Mark off the gold. All right, so you stand before Tom's.
You must be Tom, yes?
The Tom's the general store here. There's a sign. It's a thatched roof. You can see inside it's rather spacious and very kind of clean and organized. Above the door hangs a sign that says Tom's Superior Outfitting and Dry Goods. As you enter in, the dwarf looks up and says, "You looking to buy something? Name it. Here at Tom's, we stock everything the average man could possibly need."
Alright, well, Tom, do you have any quartz used in the augury spell for what is the divination spell?
I think I've got some quartz laying around here somewhere. Goes digging around and finds a small little satchel. It's got various types of quartz in it, but enough to suit your needs.
Very, very good. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to search through and find one that's... Because, of course, that happened right then. All the dads
That was wonderful to watch and hear.
All the dads in the room are in solidarity with each other. As he grabs my shit from my face.
He was quick.
He was like, all of a sudden, he's like, that's what I want, and I want it now. Little punk. So search through and find one that was kind of just This one, it just kind of feels right. Like there's really nothing describable about it. It's just that's the one for me, right? And ask him, so Tom, how about this? You say about maybe like 25 gold or so.
Yeah.
Okay, very, very good. Thank you.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Yes, indeed.
What about the rest of you? What can I get for you?
Do you have any packs of arrows of decent make?
Matter of fact, I do. He has he has a decent amount of arrows to support the militia that he imports in, so take your fill.
Take 2 20 packs.
Okay,
I imagine
whatever the D&D cost is.
Yeah.
What else are you looking for?
Carry any heal? Oh, good.
No, you go ahead. I'm looking it up.
Yeah. Do you carry any? Are there any heal potions at all?
I do have 3 basic healing potions. I was hoping to sell them as a kit.
How much?
50 gold a potion.
Works. I'll take all 3.
Fantastic. His face lights up. So
Sure you can't knock off maybe 10 gold total for the Heroes of Lassingdale? 140 for the set?
Roll me a persuasion.
All right, this isn't my character that's good at this. Okay, that was still a 17.
Is that a -1?
I will,
-1, yes.
I will take off 10 gold for you.
Alrighty. Thank you kindly. And Karl just turn around, he'd walk out, just kind of stand outside waiting for the rest.
Yeah, excuse me.
Yes, thank you, Tom. Have a great day.
Yeah, so what else you guys wanted to buy?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Do you adhere to the rule that druids can't wear metal armor?
Is that a rule as written?
It's like in the description of the druid class. I think it's raw.
I'll need to look into that further.
That's fine. I'm fine for right now. You don't have to right now.
Well, there's that, and I owe you a answer on Meteor.
Yeah.
The answer.
I promise I will use that once. I will use that once, and then just probably just be done with it. Because you gotta, right? You just have to.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But at the moment, rules is written, kind of let's do it, but I reserve the right to change. So yeah, I mean, if the party doesn't need anything else from the general store,
I think I'm good.
Tom is very happy. Your sword's fixed. The gold's been ground down. Y'all can pick that up from the blacksmith, and then tomorrow they'll work on the silver. The town seems to have kind of come back to a normal, sleepy town. Everybody seems to be recovering well from last night, and
this is how it should be. This is how life should be. Just nice and calm. Everybody going about their business, doing the best they can.
Tom says now that the orc problem has been taken care of, that hopefully the merchants can come through on a more frequent basis. They've been shying away, and it's been tougher to get some of his goods in.
Yes, well, hopefully this will make things much more profitable, much more calm, much more happy.
So yeah, for narration's sake, we get through today. We go back to the cavern, cycle a long rest to the next morning. You wake up to another glorious breakfast.
If I may.
Okay, sorry, there's things to do.
No, you're okay. You're okay. You think of this stuff when you think of it. I would like to ritually cast augury.
Okay.
So, are you familiar with that?
No, I'm not.
Essentially, and I'm paraphrasing this pretty strongly, is I get to ask a question, and I get an answer, and the answer is limited to I think 4 specific answers. Let me actually pull it up here. Sorry.
Okay.
Tyee, just lift your mic up a little bit. You're a bit quiet.
Yeah, you can thank Gregor's here for that, little bastard. All right, so I get a result I get wheel for good results, woe for bad results, wheel and woe for both or nothing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna bring out the crystal quartz and alone in my room, I'm gonna lay it out on the floor and with my star map, I'm going to refract the star map through the crystal quartz, kind of channel the energy of the stars through it, and I'm going to try to read the constellation. And I'm going to ask, is it a good idea to go is it a good idea, or what will happen if we go with that girl to her treasure map, to the location?
So you're asking is it a good omen to follow her treasure map?
Well, I suppose like when you ask this, it's not like is it good? It's like I'm asking for the omen. Like, what's the omen for this action? Like, if we were to go with her, what could we expect? So it's like I wheel for good results, woe for bad results, wheel and woe for both or nothing.
Then the holy symbol that you would receive, or the symbol you would see back, would be good and bad.
Okay, reading the stars, I see, signs and constellations that would tell me that, there's a possibility for both good and bad things to happen. And I find that somewhat satisfying. And I'll go to bed.
Magic 8 Ball.
Pretty much.
Outlook hazy, try again.
Exactly.
Outlook not so good. Yeah, we haven't discussed as a party what we think on whether we should follow Justin's map yet. Suppose we do that in the morning.
Yeah, I think that would probably be natural.
And again, y'all just kind of give it a cursory look at stuff. Like, it's not like y'all studied it in depth or anything.
Correct. But it's more whether we trust Jocelyn enough to be led on this adventure rather than whether the map is legit. So we cycling to the next day?
Yeah, I was good. Yeah, okay. That was the question I was about to ask.
Yeah, I'm not able to sleep. So I exit my room and I just knock on everybody's door. I just kind of gather you all in the hallway. Do you guys come out of your rooms? Are you still awake?
Oh, what time is it?
Fuck, I don't know.
Whatever time you want it to be.
I ask because if it's been 4 hours, Karl is just kind of rummaging around. Like he's just he's not sleeping.
I mean, by the time we entered our room, it took me maybe 10 minutes to do what I wanted to do.
Okay, so it's only been 10 minutes. Karl won't respond.
I'm up. I used I ritual cast Unseen Servant, which also took 10 minutes. So Vinny's up. He's like, what do you want?
Just one second, Vincent. I'm gonna hit the door on Karl's room. Karl, get your ass out here!
Okay, if you do it more forcefully, then yeah, that'll rouse him, and I'll
Talgar,
What?
open this door!
What?
Gargle, you come up to the door.
Vesmir's already come to the door. I'm not sure that the rowdiness is necessary. Tyee, what do you need?
No, it's not. I just wanted his attention. Just stubborn old man. It's nothing. Anyway, I consulted the stars, and it seems that we can expect good and bad things from going with Joshland. Is that something that we should pursue?
I would have assumed that was the expectation.
I don't want to wake up tomorrow. Well, yes, I don't want to wake up at breakfast tomorrow and have her there, expecting to go on an adventure with us if we're not going to do it.
So you're suggesting that she is there for the duration?
Well, she's going to be around. I don't think she's going to allow us to go on our own. She followed the last party.
Yes, I mean, this I don't doubt.
And frankly, she stayed behind that party and did not give them information that would have led to potentially their survival. If her death is imminent as well, but the traps, she's more likely to be up front.
That's a good point.
I'd left home at 16 years old. The catting be training over, and she's only 4. She's 2 years younger. There's hardly a difference.
I'm very suspicious about this map. I don't feel it is what it appears to be, but
That's very well made.
We've been in it. So are the best laid traps. We've made it through difficult times before. We've overcome a black dragon. I have little doubt that we can deal with whatever stands in our way, but it's at least an interesting side note, an interesting thing to do.
Well, Karl, what I would say to that is that, I mean, we were told of dwarven treasures. It did not mean that I was expecting the world, you know what I mean? But we can always follow our instincts when the situation is presented.
Question. When we were talking to that guy, I forget the name, and we were talking about like a magical shop. What town was he saying it might be? Huh?
Mirabar?
Mirabar. Oh,
Would be
Mirabar.
most likely.
So, if we remember on the map, is the map in the direction of Mirabar or in a different direction?
You really didn't study it very deeply, but it looked to be somewhere to the west in the mountain ranges.
And Mirabar is to the east?
To the west as well.
Oh. Well, you
So
know
it
what?
looks to be somewhere between here and there.
Yeah. So if Vinny puts 2 and 2 together, you know, that works out for us because we had an idea of going to Mirabar anyway. Some more upscale shops, and that's along the way to this map. So, you know, we can do both. As a thought.
Yes, you certainly. I mean, if it's you know on the same path.
I'm sure there's many good things to find in Mirabar.
And probably something good in whatever cave trapped thing is going on over there.
Yes. Well, if you are quite done, I would like to get back to my reverie.
Oh, it's just Karl is sleepy. Sleepyhead Karl.
All right, so everybody continues their long rest, and
Yep.
My unseen servant tucks me in.
so yeah, you wake up to breakfast downstairs, and you're all sitting around the table eating, and
Yeah.
So, side note, while we would, if you was watching the camera, you'll see what I'm doing. So there's that. Well, here. Aha! I have an answer to Ty's previous question. Right there.
You can read it to us. It's hard to see on the camera.
Okay, I'll read it too. It just says proficiencies under the Druid class and the PHB. Light armor, blah, blah, blah. Druids will not wear armor or use shields made of metal.
It doesn't say we cannot, it just says we will not.
Will not. It does. It absolutely. The word is will.
It's just saying, like, it's telling me that I, as a player, wouldn't do that. And it's wrong.
Ah!
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to do that.
If anything, it could impact your connection to your deity, I would imagine.
The star?
Possibly.
Look at me. Look at me.
Hey. Moonweaver guide you. There you go.
Yeah.
As if you need more buffs.
The man's got a point.
Just you wait.
I've given you, like, magical weapons and shields and
I don't have
treasures
shit.
and potions and
No,
gold.
don't do me like that.
No, not enough.
This is my class. That's all it is. I'm doing me. I don't have any tools that makes this awesome. It just is.
The class which states no metal.
It doesn't. It says will not or would not.
Yeah.
Will.
Like a druid. It's basically written like a druid wouldn't do that. That's basically what it's saying. Anyway.
Will not seems very specific.
Specific enough.
Barely. Hardly specific.
My unseen
It's a
servant gives
suggestion.
you-
They're more suggestions than rules. The pirate code. The druid code.
So, what would the party like to do today?
I'd like to buy metal
so-
armor. No.
Yeah, we've woken up breakfast.
Is anybody waiting for anything more from the town?
We got some silver in order. The longsword being fixed, and talk to the girl to make arrangements for travel if we're picking up her quest.
Gosh, well, perhaps we should test her with something.
What do you mean?
Oh, so one moment. She's in the building. She works at this place, right?
Yeah, she stays here.
Is she here?
Yeah. She's eating breakfast over in the corner.
This is Jocelyn. Come join us.
All right, she comes over, joins you.
Jocelyn, we need you to do something for us. We will be departing soon, and you are welcome to come with us. But we need you to do something for us. Simple task.
She looks extremely excited about these prospects and says anything.
Gosh, well, Vincent has some work being done at the local blacksmith, right, Vincent?
I mean, Talgar too.
So yes, and Talgar has some stuff. So we're gonna start small. If we can trust you to go and fetch the things that we need, I feel like you can maybe begin to build a relationship of trust with Tunash too. But if you can't manage this, then how could you expect to go with us on this journey?
Contemplates your words for a few moments and says, I can do it. I won't let you down.
Jocelyn,
okay.
Yeah. Before you go, what do you call a pony with a cough? A little horse. And I actually will cast hideous laughter on her.
Oh my god. All right. I find a character sheet. She rolls a 15.
Well, she saves, but he's just still trying to be funny.
She chuckles and then heads off, I guess, to pick up your orders. Got Jocelyn DoorDash.
Well, she seems excited.
She seems very eager to leave this place. But there's nothing but pain here, probably.
I too am eager to get out of this town. I'd like to get on the road and into the woods.
But nothing's trying to kill us. It's a great little place.
You and I have different perspectives on things that are trying to kill us.
Oh yeah, she is much shorter than you.
Merely have aspirations to be elsewhere.
So while y'all are hanging out here, some time passes, and Jocelyn returns with a long sword, gold and silver dust.
Didn't look like she fell along the way and scraped herself or cut herself in the sword.
Nope. So he returns the items and says, I've done what you ask. Didn't pinch any?
This is very good. Yes, very, very nice work. Now, before we go, I believe you have some business with our host here. We cannot just leave him. You should go tell him what you are doing.
I don't want to. I mean, she doesn't need to know.
Yeah, well, She was very helpful to us and to you.
But what if she says no?
She has no power over you. This is your choice. You're coming with us. And she won't say no. If for anything, then I will pay her.
Okay. So she heads over to have a conversation with Sorrel, and they seem to be going back and forth quite passionately after a short period of time. And voices start getting raised, and she says, absolutely not. I forbid it. You have no business going into the mountains with these fanciful ideas of treasure. And she says, well, you're not the boss of me. You're not my real mom. And they're yelling at each other at this point.
At this point, I push away from the table and I go up to him and interject. What seems to be the issue?
She seems to think that you're going to take her to some fanciful treasure quest.
Oh, yeah, she's coming with us.
She seems very taken aback by this and says, absolutely not. She's
listen.
not an adventurer.
Well, nobody starts as an adventurer. You eventually begin the first adventure. You leave home the first time. Everybody leaves the first time, and it's always like this. There's not an exception. It's always no. She's far too young. Look at her and what she's experienced.
I kind of walk up and I'm like, look at me, look at my size, and we are the ones who took out the orcs. So if they can keep me alive, I think she's in good hands.
He ponders these words. Roll me persuasion tie with and Vinny.
Roll
19.
6.
All right. Together you sound quite convincing, and she relents a little bit and says, well, I guess if she's got a wild streak in her and she's never gonna settle down here, I guess if anybody's gonna show her the way as an adventurer, it should be probably you. You've demonstrated your capable skill.
She is 14 years old. I left home at 16. It's hardly a difference.
Also, before we, I just want to interject, DM, before we leave town, we'd like to also collect the gold for our orc hands as well.
Yeah. So Sorrel says that she'll allow her to go with you, but you have to promise to look after her.
No, of course. Of course.
She says, well, very well then.
Ah, see, Joshua, that wasn't so hard. Clean break. little struggle ends up well.
Jocelyn runs up and hugs her tightly and says, "Thank you." And she seems to be beaming and excited and looks to you and says, "When do we leave?"
Well, you need to get your things.
So she runs upstairs quickly.
During the whole encounter, Karl has his arms crossed, kind of giving the squinty eye at the situation. Not quite on board, but not quite not off board to say something.
Vesmir is just involved in his breakfast. He's just enjoying every little bit of it, as he knows that there's a chance he won't eat this well for a while.
What's what, Vesmir? You don't like good berries? They're delicious.
Are there any stables in this town?
Soros says, "Yeah, there's a few horses."
When I was at home, we call that a scuderia. The stables.
Okay. So,
And do they have good horses there?
I mean, they're mainly draft horses for plowing and whatnot. But I know the militia has a few horses that they trade back and forth.
Oh, I'll have to pay them a visit then.
I'll walk up to and I know this sounds random, reach into my pants and I'll pull out 3 empty vials. Can I get some water?
Surprised by this gesture, but fills your containers with water.
I appreciate it, and I'll cork them up and file them away.
Jocelyn returns shortly with her pack. A rapier. Looks to have seen better days. And a beaming face ready to set out on the road.
Yes. Okay, so let's make sure you have everything that you need. Do you have warm clothing? Do you have traveling boots?
She does have a pair of boots. She has warm clothing and a thick, heavy cloak rolled up in there as well. But just from your perception and stuff, you do definitely see that she's missing some basic gear as far as lack of a water skin, no road rations, no rope, no any of the things that you common adventurers would expect to have in your pack and at your ready. No tinderbox.
That's okay. So Jocelyn, there are some things missing. We'll have to stop by the store and we'll make sure that we are all set to go. Yes.
She enthusiastically agrees.
I'm gonna kind of just start to head off with her, I guess.
Yep. So y'all head over to the general store again.
Yep.
And if it's commoner type items and whatnot, just pick from D&D. He's got a pretty well stocked general store. So if you need odds and ends.
Yeah. So what's the there's like what are the packs, the starting gear packs that you get? There's a dungeoneering pack. There's Explorers pack.
Dungeoneer Explorers. Dungeoneer is 12 gold, and Explorers pack is 10 gold.
Okay.
Probably Explorers pack because she won't need like pitons.
Yeah. So I would get the gear that would be in an Explorers pack for her. That's 10 gold, right? You're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll pay for that, no problem.
You settle her up with a proper explorer's pack.
And what kind of armor can she wear? Well, maybe specific. Can she wear hide armor?
Sure.
I have an extra set of hide armor, and I will just give it to her and say, "You put this on when nobody is looking. Not right now. Just keep it in your pack."
I also want to pick up a small silvered mirror.
Okay.
For however much they want to charge me for.
Well, I mean, D&D Beyond should have a listing for it.
Okay.
So you fit her up pretty well. You buy whatever other goods you want. It's, mid-morning at this point. So she looks excited and ready to get underway.
Okay,
Reason,
yo.
yes.
Well, gentlemen,
let's-
we can't walk everywhere.
And you swing by the clerk's office to pick up your 25 gold times 18.
Neat.
Right. I'll throw that on my character sheet since I've got, or I had.
It's 90 gold each.
There you go, 90 gold each. Did we ever split out like the massive stash of gold? Because I don't have that on my sheet.
Yes, we did.
Oh, how much were we supposed to add per person?
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be in maybe tactics.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just go look.
I'll find it. But
I also have the
we'll just carry
breakdown
this
and the last the session breakdown I posted as well, that shows the gold.
I'll just all right. I'll square that up later. I also realized I was going to buy some more pitons, so we don't need to like deal with that. I'm looking it up and sorting it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Is there anything else anybody would like to accomplish? Picked up your gold.
Yes, I would like to stop by wherever the hell they're selling horses.
So as you head up the stable, Jocelyn says, well, why are we headed to the stables? Those won't fit on my boat.
What?
It's just my boat.
You have a boat?
Well, yeah, I've stowed it away.
Oh, ship, son. Let's see it.
I mean, it's not it's a decent size boat.
You have a boat?
Well, yeah, it's because it's start of the treasure map is downstream, like a good day and a half or so. I've been preparing to go after this for a little while now.
Gosh, yes, apparently. Well, gosh, that's quite impressive.
Well, we don't have to go that way, though.
Gosh, no, it's a good place to start. We save our money, we use our boat.
Also, you don't have to feed a boat, you know.
Vinny, that is very wise of you. Yes.
So Jocelyn says, it's a decent sized canoe that should take all of our equipment and us. Didn't quite expect 5 adventures, but I figured I'd wrote 2 or 3 in.
So is she saying that the boat won't hold all of us?
No, she's saying it should. She believes it will. And
Gosh,
yeah.
does your boat need anything?
I've got an anchor and oars and some rope, but I mean, I don't know what else I need. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Are we looking at the boat? Can we like examine to see how seaworthy it is, so to speak?
Yeah, I mean, she could take it down to the river and.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Yeah, certainly. Let's go.
So, this is probably a good place for us to stop. I know it's a shorter session, but I've got a work day tomorrow.
And I appreciate it.
Cool.
Doing
Yeah,
it on
man.
a Thursday.
No dramas whatsoever.